What's up, people? Welcome back to Football Insights, where we talk about football-related issues concerning transfers, player profile, and other football matters. So, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you click on the subscribe button. Make sure you press on the post notification bell so that anytime we upload, you'll be the first person to receive it. God being so good, we are going. We are going. The subscribers are booming. So, thank you so much for your support and then your comments. Make sure you keep the comments coming. Make sure you keep the comments coming. So, this is your Champions League Wednesday review. Mind you, the Tuesday review is out, and then it is on the channel. You can go. I will place the link here. You can go and check it out. So the Tuesday review is out. So this particular one is for the Wednesday review. Let's get straight into the video. So we start with Feyenoord versus Lazio. Feyenoord won Lazio by 3-1. Goal scored by Jimenez. Jimenez scored 2 goals though. He scored 2 goals, and then Lazio goal was scored by Pedro Rodriguez, big man, massive legend. Pedro Rodriguez. It was a penalty, last minute penalty, and then in this match, I thought, because I know Lazio, they are not doing so well in the Serie A as we speak, but Lazio are still Lazio. They have equally good players. Ciro Immobile, and they have equally good players. Felipe, Luis, and then they have Sarri too. So they have equally good players, and then to some extent a good coach. So I was expecting Lazio to do something against Feyenoord, but it looks like Feyenoord, they came because they are killing it in Netherlands, in the Eredivisie. They are killing it there. So I think they really came, and then they were playing home. It was their home ground. So of course the fans, the enthusiasm of the fans, the fireworks by the fans, boosted them to do more. And then in this game, Jimenez had the man of the match. He scored 2 goals. So it was a brilliant performance by Jimenez. Of course, they interviewed him, and he was talking about, he was thanking his father, his mother, and his family members for believing in him and all of that. And then this happens. Sometimes in football, you try to play football, or you try to pursue your goals, and that goal is to play football, and then family will not understand. It happens, but in this case, in Jimenez's case, his family, his dad, his mom, his brothers, his sisters supported him, and then he told them that this particular goal, or this particular 2 goals brace, is for you guys. So Feyenoord won by 3-1. They really did well. Let's move straight to Barcelona. Barcelona also won by 2-1 against Shakhtar Donetsk. First goal scored by Ferran Torres. That was a good strike by Pasta. That was a good strike by Fermin Lopez, and then a baton by Ferran Torres. Then the first goal came, and then the second goal was also Fermin Lopez. This guy, I like how this guy is developing. The hype is not there to some extent. Like, I will do some comparison here. You see Lamine Yamal, the way they raise Lamine Yamal, and then you see Fermin Lopez. You can equally see that there is some hype in Lamine Yamal's in terms of projecting him, people posting about him, journalists talking about him, every media platform talking about him. But in this case, Fermin Lopez, the hype is not really there, and then he's gradually performing, and then he play as a midfielder. So they have equally good midfielders that will start ahead of him. So that will make Fermin Lopez develop so well. So I like how his development is going. He scored a brilliant goal. That was a great shot by Fermin Lopez. So he did well. He won the man of the match too. Basically he assisted Ferran Torres basically because he rather strike the ball first, and then Ferran Torres batted the ball into the net. And then in that particular goal, there was some level of the referee was trying to take offside, but then later on it was confirmed that it's a goal. And then the Shakhtar Donetsk goal was scored by Sudakov. Sudakov scored a brilliant goal, and then in this brilliant goal, it was a defensive mistake. It was a purely defensive mistake by the Barcelona defender, especially their defensive midfielder, which is Romeo. Basically they didn't mark Sudakov because Sudakov came from behind, and then you can clearly see that he was coming. But I don't know what Romeo was doing, but he didn't track Sudakov very well. And then Sudakov is a great striker. He's a great player. When he gets you, he will score you. So he scored a brilliant goal. He also scored a top goal there. So and then in this particular instance, and Mark Andre ter Stegen was fuming, blood. He was fuming. I don't know what his problem was, but he was very, 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 very furious. He was fuming at the defenders. So Barcelona also won by 2 goals to 1. Let's move to FC Porto. FC Porto also won by 4 goals to 1 against Royal Antwerp. Royal Antwerp scored, the first goal because they were playing home. Their fans was, behind them, so they had the effort to score the first goal against FC Porto, a top side like FC Porto, and then FC Porto responded. They responded very well. They pasted them by 4 goals to 1. First goal was scored by Evan Nielsen. The second goal on the 54th minute. Estacu. This name is very, 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 very good though. Estacu, and then Evan Nielsen again. Evan Nielsen scored hat-trick. And then he was nominated for the player of the week. I think he will win it. He scored hat-trick. 3 brilliant goals by Evan Nielsen. So Porto also won by 4 goals to 1. Quickly, let's check out their table. Barcelona is topping with 9 points plus 7 goals because they scored 5 already against Royal Antwerp. I don't know what is wrong with Royal Antwerp. I think they are not ready for the Champions League. That is what I think. Barcelona is topping 9 points. FC Porto is sitting second with 6 points plus 4 goals, and then third is Shakhtar Donetsk, 3 points minus 2 goals, and then fourth or the last you see Royal Antwerp there, 0 points minus 9 goals. I don't know what is wrong with them, but 0 points minus 9 goals. Let's quickly move to Newcastle. Newcastle disappointed me. They are, even though I think there were some referee decisions that didn't go well for Newcastle. They had some penalties that the referee simply didn't take it for them. But we cannot use this as an excuse. We cannot use that as an excuse. So Newcastle lost by 1 goal to 0 against BVB Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund in Germany. Borussia Dortmund played home, and then when German, they are playing a solid Champions League game. The support in Germany. In Germany, they watch football. They enjoy football. Everything is football. So of course, they had the support there, and that is why you see them. Their fans was superb, man. Their fans was superb. The goal was scored by Menga, and that was a brilliant goal. A 45th minute goal, a tapping. Basically a tapping, but he really did well. He used a skill. That was a skilled goal, a solid tapping. And then Newcastle couldn't come up, or they couldn't come back in again. They tried. Newcastle tried, but they couldn't come back in again. So of course they won. Borussia Dortmund won by 1 goal to 0 against Newcastle. Newcastle shouldn't disappoint me. The next match or the next feature is against the same Dortmund in St. James's Park. I am expecting Newcastle to pace them. So Newcastle, over to you. The ball is in your court. You have my support in Newcastle. Let's go. So of course, we will move from Newcastle to PSG. PSG also won by 3 goals to 0. They won by 3 goals to 0 against AC Milan. AC Milan has been very, 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 very disappointing. They have been very disappointing. Goal scored by Mbappe. First goal by Mbappe. Randall Colomoni also scored the second goal in the 53rd minute, and then Lee also scored the last goal, the 89th minute. That was the third goal. So they won by 3 goals to 1. And then we have to talk about Emery, that young kid. I think he's 17, 19, 17. Yes, I think 17, 18, 19. He will fall in between that age. And then you look at the football this guy is playing, bro. PSG should be very careful, and then they should look at their academy side because they have equally good players. Because Emery came from the academy. He won the man of the match, though. He won the man of the match. That guy was solid. He was brilliant in the game. He assisted 2 goals. He assisted Kylian Mbappe's goal, and then he assisted Lee's goal. And then that was a top strike by Kylian Mbappe, bro. That was a top strike by Kylian Mbappe. So AC Milan, very disappointing. I told you, my match day 2 review. I told you that AC Milan has been very disappointed in this particular Champions League season. I don't know why, because coming in this particular campaign, they were, a semi-finalist last season, and then they added, extra guys, Noah Okafor, Christian Pulisic. They added Chukwueze, a whole lot, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, a whole lot of players, Yunus Musa, a whole lot of players, but they are not performing in the Champions League. I don't know why, but I can't simply get it. So they lost by 3 goals to 0 against PSG. Quickly, let's move to Manchester City. Manchester City also won by 3 goals to 1 against Young Boys in Switzerland. Um, First goal was scored by Manuel Akanji. Manuel Akanji, he simply had a tap-in goal. He scored in his home soil. He is originally from Nigeria, but he plays for Switzerland. So Manuel Akanji scored the first goal, and then earlier scored a brilliant goal. That was a lifted ball. That was a top strike, lifted ball, and then he scored. He scored. Earlier scored, and then the stadium was buzzing, bro. Young Boys has similar futures with Dortmund. So when the goal came, the stadium was buzzing, bro, because they have scored against the defending champion, basically the best team in the world right now, Manchester City. So they were buzzing earlier. They were buzzing when earlier scored the goal, and then Erling Haaland responded. 67th minute, Erling Haaland responded with a penalty, and then also he scored a brilliant goal in the 88th minute. So Erling Haaland did really, really, really well. And then that was a top strike by Erling Haaland. So it's funny though, because when the goal came, the Young Boys fans, they were buzzing, bro. They were buzzing, buzzing. So RB Leipzig also won by 3 goals to 1 against Red Star Belgrade. Xavi Simons won the man of the match, and he scored a brilliant goal, a top strike outside the 18-yard box. He scored a top strike there. So RB Leipzig also won by 3 goals to 1. Let's check out their table. Manchester City is topping the table with 9 points plus 6 goals. RB Leipzig has 6 points plus 2 goals. Young Boys is sitting third with 1 point minus 4 goals, and then Red Star Belgrade is also sitting fourth with 1 point minus 4 goals. So let's move to Atletico Madrid. Atletico Madrid drew the game. They drew against Celtic in Glasgow. Celtic Glasgow. By the way, the Celtic fans, bloody hell, what a stadium, what an atmosphere by the Celtic fans. Bro, massive shout out to the Celtic fans, man. Top atmosphere in the stadium. So they drew. Atletico Madrid drew. Griezmann scored a penalty, and then when he scored a penalty, and then he also scored at that moment. He scored it and then scored at that moment. So Morata also scored a brilliant header. That was a lifted header by Morata. There is some Japanese guy who scored against Atletico Madrid. He scored the first goal. That Japanese guy is a top baller, man. He's a top baller. When you watch him, he plays like Taki Kubo. And then the Japanese guys, they look similar. So when you don't know him, you think that is this Taki Kubo? But he is not Taki Kubo, though. But he scored a brilliant goal in the first half, early in the game. And then Parma also scored. Fortunately, they have some Parma there. Parma also scored a brilliant goal. But Atletico Madrid drew the game. I expected much from Atletico Madrid because I know they are performing. They have the guys to perform. So Atletico Madrid drew the game by 2-2. I expected much from Atletico Madrid, though. I expected much from Atletico Madrid, but I think it is one of those games because Celtic is not just the mere side. The Celtic are also doing good. They have a team, and that is why you see Atletico Madrid struggling against Celtic because it is the Champions League, bro. It is the champion, and then they are a household name in the Champions League. So you expect better from Celtic, but I expected more from Atletico Madrid. So ladies and gentlemen, this is your match review, match day 3 Champions League Wednesday review. Top games: Barcelona won, Man City also won, Newcastle lost. I am expecting more from Newcastle in the next game, that is match day 4. So this brings us to the end of the video. Make sure you like our video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. All the links are in the description. Go click on the link and then follow us. Thank you so much for your time. Peace.